Hello everyone. In the last video I forgot to mention that yesterday was the furthest I've cycled on this trip. I was determined to get to Samson, Fatsa to Samson, and it was almost 120 kilometres, 74 miles, and it was 6 hours 45 minutes on the bike. Now when you set a goal, it comes to meet you. I've done this many times. I would have probably stopped earlier yesterday if it hadn't been that I was determined to get to this spot, which I knew from coming down. Anyway, and the road was flat, but there was nothing flat about the day. It was exhilarating. I met lovely folk as always. I got given, I stopped at a bread place and bought a small bread, I have with some peanut butter. But the two gentlemen that ran it were just super nice. And they were determined that I wouldn't leave without complimenting me a loaf of bread, the largest one I think in the shop, the size of a small fishing boat. And he even instructed me where to strap it onto one of my panniers, so that was good. When I eventually got to Samson, I'm settling down on one of these benches, undercover things, and there were two young guys sitting opposite watching football on their phone. So they suggested I should come across, so I did, and watched a bit of football, did soft drinks and crisps, so they very kindly shared them. And of course when they left the soft drinks and crisps. They says, no, it's for you. But it does balance itself out, because a couple of days ago I popped into a bike shop to get a bit of advice about something for the bike, and I met this lovely guy, Dear. He'd worked as a merchant seaman for 11 years, and on many occasions he said he was away for 18 months at a time, can you imagine? And anyway, his body was a bit broken down because of the arduous work. He worked in the engine room. Oh, can you only imagine the noise and the heavy lifting, and doesn't bear thinking about. Anyway, so I spent 20 minutes teaching him yoga, and I looked at his neck and shoulders, and maybe that'll help him a little. So it all works out somehow. So I have an eclectic mix of a breakfast today. I have my small fishing boat. I found a jar of jalapenos yesterday for 40 cents or something incredible. I have leftover pasta. I have some Doritos, and I also found my favourite brand of filter coffee. So all is well in my world. The guy who worked in the merchant boat for 11 years, he said now, he was owner of the bike shop, he said, now I have a simple life. He said, a small life, small money, but I'm very happy. He was married with 2 young kids. I think that kind of sums everything up, doesn't it? Right, I'm off to go and eat this grub. Let's have a big hug. Much love, Eric.